my name is Lindsay. Welcome to Croxford Academy. I am so glad you are here. Today we're going to talk about how to teach first and second grade. I am teaching a first grader this year, and I taught a second grader last year. So I have so much to share, and I know how overwhelming it can be with all of the information. There's so much out there. So hopefully what I have to share could help you a little bit in your decisions for your family. Grab your coffee, grab a notebook, a pen, take some notes. If you can't, I will leave all the notes down in the description box below, so check that out. All right, let's get going. If you haven't yet, check out my introduction video for this series. It explains a lot of general, non-age specific material that I have learned as I've homeschooled and taught in public schools too, so check that out. All right, I have my notes. Let's learn how to teach first and second grade. So when you are teaching, focus on 5 main things that you want to be intentional about throughout your day. Read a lot of books together, focus on life skills, spend as much time outside in free play as possible, let them help you around the house, and give them lots of time with family and friends. All right, let's talk curriculum. Curriculum is a roadmap to meet certain desired goals. There are lots of ways to get there. You just have to decide what's best for your family. And often this changes as the kids grow. So every year I'm doing things differently with my children. If you want to buy a curriculum, these are ones that you can research that I have tried bits and pieces of that I like. But there's also a ton of other things you can look at. Abeka, The Good and the Beautiful, and Masterbooks. These are the ones that I've tried that have worked with my kids. We usually just do workbooks and not buy the teacher manuals and the answer keys and the leveled readers. Leveled books might be important for you if you do not have a library access this year, or if you don't want to spend a lot of money buying books on your kids' level. But I really like choosing books. I like my kids choosing the books. So I'm going to share some books with you that my kids love to read. So for a first grade boy or girl, I recommend the Fly Guy series. These are wonderful. This is just one series of many with the Fly Guy, and he talks about nonfiction things, but obviously it's a fly talking, so it's fictionalized. I really like this reader. We have used these for 2 years now. It's fun to find leveled readers that my kids will enjoy. Of course, we love Dog Man. This may be something you have to read with your child, and maybe by the end of the year they're reading it on their own, or maybe they're reading it on their own now. I don't want you to get too caught up in where your child is with reading. Everyone is on different levels at this age. It's okay if they're not reading this on their own. If this is what they're reading on their own, that's great. If they're not even reading that, that's okay. If you find that they need their skills strengthened, you might want to use this book. I've talked about it in previous videos. I find it wonderful. My dog is eating our curriculum right now. For first and second grade girls, I love Fancy Nancy. The pictures are wonderful. I learn a lot of fun words. The Princess in Black is super fun. The print is perfect, and it's a chapter book, so it will make her proud. And those are just a few of many that you can find. Whether you choose to buy a curriculum or not, you want to focus on the Daily 5. This is a great model for incorporating language arts into your day. So go through the checklist and make sure you've hit each one each day. 1 is read to self. 2, listen to reading. 3, read to someone. 4, work on words. 5, work on writing. Let's talk about the first one, read to self. Focus on strengthening those independent reading skills. The Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons can be wonderful for that. Start with 10 to 20 minutes a day at the beginning of the school year, and then work on building the child's stamina up to about an hour by the end of the school year with them reading on their own. If they are struggling at the beginning of the school year, reading on their own, these are wonderful books. The Story Reader, Me Readers, they can click which book they are in, and then each page has a color code. It will read it with them. Those are wonderful options. Or even just books, audiobooks while you're reading can be helpful. And that goes along with the listen to reading part. That's number 2. You can use audiobooks. You can read to your child. I like audiobooks because I can listen as well and be doing something else like folding laundry or crocheting or whatever else I want to do. Coloring with my kids is fun, but I also like to read to them because that's just special. I like to do read alouds with my kids in the afternoon. We pick a family read aloud book, and I have a whole video on that. It's so much fun to pick a book that we're all going to enjoy together. Number 3, read to someone. My child is reading to me or the dog or a sibling, and this is when I can focus on voice inflection, helping guide them to become better readers. It's a great time for that. And then you can also see where they're struggling with certain phonics issues. So that brings me to working on words, which is the phonics part of reading. And we have always used workbooks for this. I have these first grade workbooks here, and I think that these are great. These are the Abeka. And then my son will also be doing spelling this year, and I did spelling with my daughter last year using Abeka. And number 5, work on writing. This can be done in journals. Here is my daughter's journal from last year. She did journal entries. We worked on paragraphs. This year my family is focusing heavily on our handwriting, and it is very easy to work on handwriting with your child if you write a sentence and have them copy that exactly. But I like anything that makes my life easier, and I have found the good and the beautiful handwriting. I have a video on this that I will link below. We're really excited about this for this year. They do have a level 1 and a level 2. I always recommend what your first grader, second grader needs to know. It's great common knowledge for your child. There are poems, stories, familiar sayings and phrases, world and American history, visual arts, music, math, science. It's all in here. The pictures are great. The writing is wonderful. And we just find this very helpful with our homeschool. Last year for my daughter, we did not use workbooks. We just used the Moffatt Girls from Teachers Pay Teachers. She has packets of fun worksheets that are not busy work. They are fun and meaningful, and I really valued them. So I will link those below as well. All right, let's talk daily schedule. Now, obviously, do what works for your family. This is what has worked for us. So the kids wake up in the morning and they know they can read, work on art, play. It's pretty laid back. I am still waking up. I like to have my coffee, read. Sometimes I've worked out that morning and I'm still showering, getting ready for the day. My kids know to just do their own thing. They don't need me right away. Of course, we always start the morning with a hug and a "how are you doing this morning?" But then they do their thing, I do mine. I will be having my attention on them the rest of the day. So it's okay to have that time for myself in the morning. We do not have a set start time. We have a flow. So I know some people need that time. We start at 8 o'clock. We have breakfast here. We have this time where we do this. For us, I just have an order of the way we do things. We have breakfast. We do morning basket. We brush our teeth. We do calendar time. We do our individual work. We play outside. We have lunch. We do more work if we need to. We do read aloud. We play outside some more. We have dinner. And then my husband comes home and it's daddy time. Wrestling, reading, playing, it's all about daddy. Unit studies are a great way to involve the entire family in studying one subject. I will link a video below about that. Remember to ask for educational gifts and books and games for Christmas and birthdays. It's a great time to build up your inventory. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned something from this, please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe at the bottom. That will help more people find this information. Thank you for sharing with your friends. Have a great day. Bye.